Good morning. Welcome to Adu and the Guru. It's a lovely Monday, the last in the month of January. And today is an interesting edition of the show because not only does it end the cycle of 1 month, it's ushering another one for another month. And I can guarantee that today you will be inspired, enlightened, motivated, and of course, educated as well. It's Adu and the Guru, that show you always look forward to every Monday at 9:30, where we take you on a tour of the stories that are making the rounds in the papers and give you an analytic perspective to it, particularly a historical perspective, as well as periscoping and non-knowledge drop box. Well, without further ado, it can be Adu and the Guru without having the Guru in the building. Of course, he is the editor-at-large of the newsguru.com. He's a veteran journalist of over 40 years of experience, and he is one that has recently revealed to us the basis for why chieftaincies do not really motivate him as much as the legacy of inspiring the next generation. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Godwin Etakibwebu, and we call him the Guru on Monday. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Adu.
How are you doing today? Please don't say I look like foreign transfer.
No.
Because
but obviously,
I don't want to be transferred.
I must congratulate Madam because he's doing a very, very great job on you. Each day you appear and where you are looking like coming on of the sun, one should know that these are responsibility properly designed and carried out by a very devoted wife.
Oh, thank you.
So, Mrs. Ado Ayeni, congratulations. Please keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
And what you feared most, I can't run away from saying it. Your look today is good enough
for foreign transfer.
For foreign exchange transfer from the CBN. Should I take you to the CBN now? I wouldn't need anything doing with A from E. For transfer of money.
If you just come.
All I need to do is to deposit you there at the CBN. Godwin Emefiele personally will approve everything. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you, sir. Yes, sir.
This is Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. You are welcome to Adu and the Guru, the segment you always wait for. I want to thank all of you listeners, followers all over the world. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We know the value of what you are doing for us by following us. And this is why Lagos Talks 91.3 FM is distinctly different from every other radio station on air. Check it out. If you like, you might travel from here to China, take the route to Russia. You can pass through Ukraine with the preparation of war, no war going on there, move to the US, return back to Afghanistan. You might want to see one or two things in South Africa. Go to Burkina Faso, coup or no coup, return back to Nigeria. There is none better than Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. So you are welcome. Today we have no historical perspective, not because there are shortages of those things in my library. No. I'm always overloaded, not underfunded when it comes to that. But because of time, we will take a periscope today, and the periscope is going to be a very, very good one. Then we go to the main topic. Then we end up with knowledge drop box. It's going to be a lengthy knowledge drop box, but we are not thinking the totality today. We'll be taking just a quarter of it as an appetizer before you go for the main dishes, which we start from next week. Still talking of the knowledge drop box. Then after that, there must be something like this waiting for us at the end of the day. We the knowledge drop box. So you are welcome. Let us continue the voyage. The ship has heaved anchor, as they will say in the maritime world, heaved anchor. And we are starting from the voyage. And the command of the captain is that we are cruising 11 nautical miles per hour. So you are welcome. Periscope. Let me look how many minutes I can do that. Wow. We'll definitely not finish it. Everything we have today except the menu. Who wins APC presidential ticket? Or Progressive Congress. The ticket that will be deciding who steps into the villa to take over from Muhammadu Buhari in 2023. That should be May 29, 2023. Who wins APC presidential ticket? Is it North? Is it going to be zoned to the North? Is it going to be zoned to the South? We will know the facts on 26th of February.
Just 26 days away.
Yeah, the month we are entering tomorrow. Because the convention will now decide and will present to us national chairman. If the national chairman is picked up by the North, then the presidential candidate is most likely to come to the South. So that's why the first question is it North-South? But of course, we can predict it with all safety that it is most likely to be South, because except if APC decides doing all in-house. That is why if the chairmanship is picked, if the chairman of the party is picked up by the North, it is most likely that the presidential candidate will go to the South. And if it is South, is it Southwest? Is it South-South? Or is it going to be Southeast? The tabulation on now within the horizon is somebody from North Central is most likely to become the chairman of APC on 26th of February at the National Convention. And if that happens, I don't really know the formulas that are on ground now. But in my dream, and don't blame me, I'm getting older. In Joel chapter 4, is this chapter 2? I've forgotten the verse now, that in the last days I will pour out my spirit. God was talking. And the elderly ones will be having dreams. The young ones will be thinking of visions. So if you see an elderly person sleeping always, don't blame him. If he doesn't sleep, he will get the dreams. So in my dream, and once they are getting older, it is not that the accuracy of the dreams are sometimes tampered with. In my dream, I could see the convention zoning the national secretary of APC to the southeast. Please don't forget, I told you it's a dream. I can't call you out as a witness. No, or how did I say it? Yes, I can't, because nobody witnesses a dream. I can't call you out. Again, don't forget, I'm getting older. So the accuracy of interpretation of dreams at old age. Because you are sleeping, you are having the dreams. Sometimes the sleep may be so deep. Otherwise, what I saw in the dream was the Secretary General of APC be zoned to the southeast. And if the Secretary General of the APC is zoned to the southeast, I cannot see the presidential candidate coming from southeast anymore. All things being equal. So it is most likely to be between the south-south and the southwest. And the pundits that will pick it south-south are not really available in my dream. I did not see them in my dream. In fact, I remember shouting on God that, Papa, come now. Who is the vision to the south on presidential candidate deemed so much? I only saw hands which are not too visible for me in the dream. Don't forget, I'm telling you about my dream. Adu, are you following?
I'm following you, absolutely.
Of course. Amechi Rotimi Shibuike, the Minister of Transport, is playing role. He's playing some good role. He has a petition, and there is nothing wrong anticipating something good. He stands first among equal if the anchorage of presidential candidate for APC comes to the south. The turbaning, which took place a few days ago.
Oh, I saw the photographs.
Oh, yes. It's like preparatory to some groundbreaking ceremony. We are in Periscope. And I'm telling you about my dreams. I called on my Father in heaven. What am I seeing? Very, very blood, but just little. You know, when Elijah returned back to Mount Carmel, after making the difference between Baal and the living God, where he single-handedly slaughtered 450 prophets of Baal. So he decided it's time for the rain to come. He went. And he went down. The Bible says he brought his forehead under his feet, praying. 7 times he sent his boy. 7 times. And the boy then happened to be Elisha, the man who got double of him. If you read chapter 18 of 1 King properly, towards the end of it, from verse 45 or so, it was on the 7th run the boy did to go and look at River Jordan, that he reported back that he saw something tiny like hand of a man coming out of the sea. The man said that that's the abundance of the river. He called Ahab. Now go and prepare yourself for feasting. Go fast so that the rain will not meet you. And Ahab sat on his chariot, pulled by 2 horses. And Elijah remained like that. With that, so what I saw was blood in my dream. I'm still interpreting my dream. Did it really look like Ameshi wrote me? I told God to give me full interpretation. Instead of God giving me full interpretation in the dream, he woke me up. I woke up. And you know, dreams will never continue once you open your eyes. So, this was last night anyway. I think I'm returning back to sleep. If you will permit me, after the periscope, I may not be discussing other things with you. So let me go back. Let me go back to sleep and see. Now, if that is the issue, is it going to be settled in the southwest? Who is most likely to wear the cap? Is it going to be Ahmed Asiwaju Bola Tinubu? Or is it going to be another person? Who would that person be? Is it going to be Professor Yemi Osinbajo? We stop the periscope here today, but not without bringing a few things from the southwest. Bola Tinubu, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the Asiwaju of, I don't know, Asiwaju of the Yoruba. Is that it? Is it the Asiwaju of the Yoruba?
Some people say Asiwaju of Lagos.
Okay. Oh, Asiwaju of Lagos. Okay, Lagos cannot be the capital city of the Yoruba nation. Because if you are looking at that, you have to move down deeper into the southwest. I don't want any controversy this morning, but I think controversies concerning that have been laid to rest. Ile-Ife or Oyo. Former governor of Lagos State is a plus. The Jagaban of Bogu in Niger State is a plus. The Asiwaju of, now corrected, I was going to say Asiwaju of Yoruba, now corrected, Asiwaju of Lagos is a plus. And the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, the ruling political party, is a plus. But let me follow the pattern of the late Dr. Fushu Adetiba. I rewind. The Asiwaju of Yoruba might not be totally what it sounds like. So thank God you helped me better. Asiwaju of Lagos, no controversy about that. But Asiwaju of Yoruba, there is a controversy. Former governor of Lagos State, no controversy about it. That when it was the governor of Lagos State, he moved the IGR from how many billions to a billion to 20 billion, no controversy about it. What happened to the balances of after execution of the 20 billion is not an issue to be discussed. There might even be no controversy about it. Money is meant to be spent. And if I may quote the Oyi of Oyi, the late Okadibo senator, he said, if I'm not here to acquire money, what am I here to acquire? The last election, were they not conducted with money, or did somebody told you that they were conducted with sand? So I'm here to acquire money. Where his appearance as president of the Senate became fait accompli. Now, the national leader of APC, it is very, very controversial because it's something coined out. It's not written in the constitution of the APC. There is nothing like that. It's never written. But respectfully, when he could not emerge as vice president of, when the race for presidential candidate, the vice presidential candidate with Buhari, so in order to calm him down, it was said that he's the national leader. But after the inauguration on 29 of May 2015, the national leadership quote or nomenclature, or what's the name of these officers put in their shoulder?
Rank.
Rank, but they call it epaulet or something like that, was dented when the first time he wanted to see Buhari in the villa. The process was not allowed. Even the position allocated for him, city position, on 29 of May 2015, when the President Muhammadu Buhari was being sworn in, when he was taking over from President Goodluck Jonathan, the seat allocated was not a properly befitting place
for a national leader.
But so this applause. But of course, as we are about approaching 2019 general election, Muhammadu Buhari saw the need to go and beg him and bring him back. Muhammadu Buhari knew that it would be difficult for him without Bola Tinubu. The first of such begging and bringing him back was his journey to the Gambia, when both of them flew in the presidential jet, and they sat across each other in the plane, checking the papers, and they were smiling. All those artificial smiling, they are pointers of yes or no. And since then, Muhammadu Buhari had known that if this man did not come back, if I did not go and beg him, it might probably be very, very difficult. Compare this now to who is the next most viable in the south west. One can easily say that okay, let me not go to that first. Let us look the journey of Bola Tinubu now into 2023 and probably into the presidential villa in 2023. How easy will it be for him? when you are in the table of periscope, you have to embark on very, very dangerous grounds. Because everything you are discussing is speculative. You pick from your knowledge, you pick from the wisdom you have, you pick from wisdom, you pick from people, you pick from what you are hearing, what the grapevine is releasing. And like as God told it to me, please don't take this totally, because as a servant of the Most High, I should not be telling lies against God. But as per the dream I had yesterday, okay, you are not a witness to tell me no, you did not. If Buhari, Bola Tinubu will get there as president, will be sworn in as president, he has many bridges to cross. I will stop the periscope here today. Please, I deliberately pick the word bridges to cross. The saying is rivers to cross.
No, but if there are bridges across, you don't go through the river.
Now, I am now talking of bridges to cross. Not going by the bridge, but to cross under the bridge. First of all, what we need to know is what is bridge, or what is a bridge. Bridge is defined as a structure carrying a pathway or roadway over a depression or obstacle, such as a river. A bridge connecting the island to the mainland, or a time, place, or means of correction or transition, building a bridge between the two cultures, the bridge from war to peace. Bola Tinubu needs a bridge. He needs to cross under the bridge. He needs the bridge to take him around the country, a bridge that will go geographically around the whole country in order to see himself there. That's number one. What is a bridge meant for? The word bridge will go with this periscope all through. The purpose of a bridge is to allow people or cargo easy passage over an obstacle by providing a route that would otherwise be uneven or impossible. The word we should look at here, a cargo easy passage over an obstacle. There are obstacles waiting for Bola Tinubu. He needs the bridge to be the bridge. He needs to pass under the bridge because there are obstacles. The third question: what are the three main parts of a bridge? What are the three main parts of a bridge? The main components of a bridge are the foundation, substructure, and superstructure. Has Bola Tinubu laid the foundation? Yes. Is his foundation large enough to take everything in? Yes. Has Bola Tinubu laid the substructure of this bridge? Yes. Is the substructure he laid good enough, solid enough to see him getting through the obstacles apportioned to in number 2 item? Doubtful. What about the superstructure?
Which is the part of the bridge that we...
The superstructures are outside the reach and control of Bola Tinubu. On the surface, he would have been seen as building the superstructure. But the superstructure that will decide his fate, that will decide his life, this is life ambition, into materializing. It only materialized fully when he steps into the villa as Mr. President. They are outside his reach. We continue with the periscope next week Monday. But please take it to heart all I have said. And of course, you can go online, visit the podcast of this broadcast from Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. so that you can reflect. Nobody should call me or send me messages that, hey, what you said that time. Because I just woke up from a dream, interpreting a dream now. And you heard me when I said that after this moment, I'm going back to the dream. Maybe I beg God to continue the whole thing so that the blood figure I saw, I don't know if that blood figure belongs to Yemi Osinbajo. Yemi Osinbajo is coming into the direction. But we shall continue from the third item we mentioned, superstructure. Superstructure.
Which is the visible.
Because we measure the foundation, we measure the substructure, and we measure the superstructure. And I end up today by saying the superstructure, yes, Tinubu would have seen as building them, but the superstructure in actuality is beyond the reach of Bola Tinubu. He will be able to control it. And by next week, I will bring what the superstructures on this voyage of Tinubu to the presidency, what the superstructures are. We shall continue like that. Adu, let us go to the menu.
Okay, thank you for that structural engineering class. We'll go to the menu. There are 9 of them today, and we'll start from number 1.
Right.
Reps set up committees to determine fuel consumption, state of refineries, and this is according to the Premium Times. Menu number 2, governors, NLC, doubt fuel consumption, NNPC demands 3 trillion naira for subsidy. And that is from the Punch. Menu number 3, I will crush terrorists before I hand over. Who's speaking? Buhari. And where is it from? The Nation newspaper. Obasanjo says, nothing can bring me back to partisan politics. And this was captured in This Day newspaper. Menu number 5, Buhari to military. Don't spare bandits, terrorists. The Nation had that story. Now, menu number 6 from the Punch, updated. EFCC probes 1.3 billion naira fraud, detains ex-Von DG Okechukwu. And menu number 7, hush puppy in the news. PSC rejects report on Kyari, 6th thorough probe. And leadership paper had that story. A fuel subsidy. After 7 years of failure, Buhari transfers burden to successor. The Daily Post captured that. And menu number 9 from the Premium Times, 544 million naira grass cutting fraud. Court rejects EFCC exhibits against ex-state SGF, Secretary General of the Federation.
Thank you, Adu. Thank you very, very much for always doing a very neat work on this presentation. If I would not overshoot my time today, I will not be allocating more than 2 minutes to most of this topic, except a few of them that will deserve full analysis. Let me start from the last. 544 million grass cutting fraud. Court rejects EFCC exhibits against X. I want to be very, very careful because the law of prejudice is there. I should not be seen dabbling into it because the judge can easily issue a warrant of arrest on me, and I will be detained until I'm purged of my contempt, because there are ways I will go about analyzing it. It will amount to contempt of court. And if the judge issued that warrant, Adu, you will be able to help.
Despite my being able to transfer foreign...
you will be able to help me there, because... Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, will easily see to it that the court order is well fully implemented, and that will be taken away. And the judge can just, but thank God that this judge is not Abang, because when Abang banks away on the bench, it's a different thing. Can always say, put him in detention, let him remain in prison until purge himself of contempt. And the issue rejected, they were technical. And the law, technicality has a very good role to play.
Absolutely.
Yes. But they might seem a pointer that Mr. Grass Cutter, the name I called here is Grass Cutter. I have no other name. And there is no pending case in any Nigeria court today. Either the first of court of first district, second or third, that is trying a grass cutter. And grass cutter even is not human being.
It's an animal, rodent.
Shuebu, Roger, Shuebu, Ario, Omeramamo.
That's what you call it in your language.
Or Eju.
Is it not Emma?
Or Eju, or Nigbe.
Emma?
Origbe.
In Yoruba.
Emma, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You know the grass cutter. That's the one that had this pierce. That sounds like shooting that can deal any terrible predator. So, Origbe. Omeramamo. Now, so it is most likely that the grass cutter that is standing on trial may escape at the end of the day. I stop. Fuel subsidy. After 7 years of failure, Buhari transfer body into successor. The 18-month suspension will terminate by June. And May, Buhari is leaving government. Which means the man could not solve it. Make una no kill me, make una no kill me. Let the man carry, let the next person. Meaning, he prompted the sustainers of subsidy by going on protesting. He became a very endurable protester, and he used it to cause the downfall of his predecessor. And because the same factor he used to demolish his predecessor is almost coming to demolish him, then they saw it and the government said, this is not the time to talk of this. Whichever way, the big fraud with the subsidy continues. May the name of Buhari be blessed. He came, he saw, he did not conquer. He came, he saw, he did not conquer. He came, President Muhammadu Buhari came, he saw, he did not conquer on subsidy matter. So he transferred it that whoever that is coming after him, say, come, let him, don't kill me with it. And he has told Nigeria, we've done our best to, so don't expect anything from you. Then, Hush Puppy, the case is simple. The Inspector General of Police set up a commission of inquiry, a panel. And why the Inspector General of Police set up that, the Police Service Commission itself set up a commission of inquiry. And of course, the Police Service Commission is the only one constitutionally permitted to do everything about any police officer in Nigeria but the Inspector General of Police. Deputy Inspector General of Police, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Commissioners of Police, down all the line, they are under the control, recruitment, discipline of the Police Service Commission. It's only the Inspector General of Police that the Police Service Commission cannot touch. The Inspector General of Police matter must be decided by the Police Council, which is made up of the President as the chairman, or the Secretary to all the governors, all the state governors. They are all members and blah blah. So the IGP set up, Baba Akari set up a commission of inquiry. The PSC set up a commission of inquiry. But now the IGP commission of inquiry under the Deputy Inspector General of Police was neatly done according to his own, and he now submitted it. The PSC had thrown the after all, when you set up your own, we set up our own. So we will not be looking verse by verse, chapter by chapter.
So when the PSC throws away that done by the IG setup committee, and the IG setup committee now reviews that one by the PSC, they throw the PSC's own back away.
No.
And then they'll go back and forth.
No, they cannot throw the PSC report away. The IGP hasn't got that authority. More so when it was a Deputy Inspector General of Police that is directly under the control of the PSC that he put as the chairman. So they look at it and say, what is this water you are bringing for us? Where are the sands? Where are the bones? Where are the pomo? But all it is water. And they gave order, go and do a more thorough. And now they told him, that is not the order you will read the paper from the grapevine. What about this evidence? What about this evidence? Come with them. And Hush Puppy is there. Sorry, I say Hush Puppy. Abayari, since then, Kyari appeared in public last week, Saturday, when the son of the Inspector General of Police was wedding. And his picture, he posted all his about 40 pictures on his Instagram page. And this is the first time he's coming back to Instagram and book uses. And one of the most conspicuous pictures was Obi Kubana. What's this? Kubana. Two of them. And we will not forget how one of the allegations against him was the way he fraternized with a suspected. When Obi Kubana was burying the mother, Oba, immediately after Onisha, before you come to Hiala, from where you turn your left, going to Newi, through Ozobulu, you can go straight to Ogidi. There you can go and bust to what's the name of that town? Nimo. Over there. Then you turn your left to come to Israel Elias. Then you turn to your left at Israel Elias to come to Abagana, going back to Opo again. Or you turn your right at Israel Elias, you are going back to Enuguku. And you can now go off to go and visit the grave of Alex Ekweme by your right. Or you go left, you bust to Oka. From Oka now you are going. You go to Guoba, the boundary town that between the Anambra and the... Am I carrying you along? Are you flowing with me?
I'm lost with all the descriptions.
So, that one, we may not see the end of, because the powers that be would not want to present Abayari to the international community. They will always tell you that there is what you call sovereignty. And the word sovereignty is applied as when it is beneficial. So, this may be another electoral reformation bill that will be going and coming. All right. EFCC detaining of that. I have not been able to talk with EFCC, but this president, I keep saying it. Please challenge me if I'm not right. The present EFCC, under the supervision of Abdul Rashid Bawa, is doing a very great job. Is doing a very, very great job. You need to know the number of people they've raided in again. I will not be surprised. This one of these is they will raid in Guje.
Gandola.
No, not Gandola. What's the name of governor of the one that was coming? The one that was coming to contest the presidency of the Senate with Lawal before Kaduna State governor took it to presidency. Guje now. Guje, not Guje. Guje.
Guje. Oh.
Guje.
Okay.
The EFCC today is so empowered, is so bold, is so audacious that it may likely to take Guje back to the court, except that if the FCC is under the Ministry of Finance and if the FCC is under the Ministry of Justice, the Minister of Justice doubles as Attorney General of the Federation. And if Bawa now remembers that it is the Minister of Justice that went to withdraw the case from court, of course he has the constitutional right, the Attorney General of the Federation. Then, otherwise, it's audacious. The present cause of, there are too many things that they are doing, which one should clap for. They may not be hearing me, but I will do that. That's the truth. Any day, EFCC, Bawa, Abdul Rashid, any day you turned again to become not warm, not cool, I will say it too. I will say it on air. But now, you and your team, you are doing very, very great job. The team all over, the Bado zone, the Port Harcourt zone, Kaduna, Kano, all those zones, they are doing well. Look, Lagos, the other day, a man who had been parading himself as a two-star general he's been there for over the years. Nobody touched. But Lagos led the... And Lagos... what's the name of the Lagos Zona commander of the EFCC? Okay. Ahmad Mohammed Gali.
Okay.
Ahmad Mohammed Gali. All of you are doing well. Then... Buhari to military, don't spare bandits, terrorists, as reported by the Nation. I suspect Buhari here now. Buhari is becoming a greater suspect.
Why is he a greater suspect?
Why bringing the word bandits again? I think they ought to be branded as terrorists. As long as President Muhammadu Buhari in his speech put differences between bandits and terrorists, it means therefore that the proscription as pronounced by Justice Taiwo on November what, which brought the Gazette, is nothing but smoke. What do you call it?
Smoke without fire.
Because because the two group, I have analyzed it every now and then, to be grand, and any other people like that in Nigeria. So Muhammadu Buhari would have just said, don't spare terrorists. He shouldn't have been differentiating it, bandits and terrorists. But the Fulani headers, who are mostly members of Mayete Allah, will always be an albatross on the neck or what of Muhammadu Buhari. So when he takes precaution like that, they are his cousins. I wouldn't blame him too much. But those are not matter to be. Obasanjo, yes, why would Obasanjo come back to... I even surprised that Senator Ayu, the chairman of the People Democratic Party, led the delegates to go. Just, why don't you say, please, convert out. Those who took Yemina Sibajo matter to President Ibrahim Babangida, they did not tell President Babangida to join the APC. Why would Ayu let the delegates be going to meet Obasanjo? That is it because the day God created that man, the day marked him out, God marked him out that I'm creating you. You are now a principality and power. You are now a phenomenon to Africa and to the world, of course. And he reminded them that he has left, that very day he tore his membership card, that he has left politics. He is now a statesman in Nigeria, in West Africa, in Africa, and the world. And the man is playing that role very, very faithfully. Look at his rage. He will stand for hours. You know, many years from beginning of time, Obasanjo wrote his speech. It was when he came back as a democratically elected president that he employed the services of the late Ojo Madueke, who was first of all this, before he moved to youth and labor, before he moved to this, before he became transport minister, before he became minister of external affairs, taking over, and when the Zik of Africa was decided to become Zik of Onisha, he now became an ambassador to report back to Nigerians. May his soul rest in peace. It was only that time. So Obasanjo is very brilliant. Obasanjo is very active. Obasanjo knows how to deal with his ruthless. He's a bulldozer, of course, of special specification, bulldozer. So he told them he's not coming. I will crush terrorists before I hand over. Okay, I believe in President Muhammadu Buhari. He will crush terrorists, but he will be able to crush bandits. So the bandits are most likely to outlive him. So he will do that before handing over. All right, then. Are we moving?
Oh, we are.
Governors, Nigeria Labour Congress, DAPT fuel consumption. NNPC demand 3 trillion. You know, the supplementary budget that is hitting the National Assembly now is about 3 trillion. Let me break it down. Break it down. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you master ceremonies, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You tell
DJ to break it down.
Break it down. Let me break it down. 1 trillion of the 3 trillion that is hitting the National Assembly as supplementary budget is for those 670-something projects that the National Assembly inserted.
The word the guru has coined.
But the president called it padded. So Nigerians will now suffer additional 1 trillion for what will not benefit them. Because if we even look at the padding or padded, the language of President Muhammadu Buhari, but he attributed the padding to
the other side.
Otherwise, executive where the president presides, that is where the padding is. Yes. If you move all padded things, you are coming down with about 3 trillion. That ought to have been removed from the 70 trillion. Meaning 40 trillion would help me. Now that 1 trillion is coming for the padding. We call it a session or a satin. Now, we have about 4 trillion that will not benefit Nigerians. In a budget that we borrow, and we use about 85% of what we borrow to service debts. Service debts, not payment of debts. All right. Let me hold it there. Let me go to number 1 and finish on number 1. Reps set up committees to determine fuel consumption, state of refineries, premium tax. Since Femi Gbajabiamila is a Yoruba man, let me start with a Yoruba proverb. Ìwòyí làárọ̀ rẹ̀, Ọ̀gáṣíà, ìwòyí làárọ̀ rẹ̀, ìwòyí làárọ̀ rẹ̀. Don't you hear that?
No, I do.
What happens to road function? Or what they call them? That they oversight. Okay. What happened to oversight function for this past 4 years, Femi Gbajabiamila? Meaning oversight function of the House of Representatives, which Nigeria do pay heavily for, had been the casualty. It is now you just want to know what is the consumption. So you want me to clap for you? Sure. Ofeno mavuwe now odoboyin
But we've always had figures that have been given to us. Is the committee saying, or are they trying to tell us that those figures given to us have been a hoax all along?
And those figures being given to you when the announcement called that off your mic, those figures dropped. And the figures were equally off. If a vibrant and functional National Assembly that have been performing for the past 6.5 years were to be alive to its responsibility, is it this time they should say, what is our fuel consumption? And we are the one approving the subsidy. Is the subsidy not based on the totality of consumption of particular rate?
Absolutely it is.
Aha. You can see the failure, the failure, total failure, colossal failure of those we elected to represent us. They never one day represented us. And most of them are young people, vibrant in their profession. But if you look at them at the house, what do? They sleep always like those.
You're the one that just told us.
That's what are they old? Are they like me? Are they my age? Why would they be sleeping always? And now they have no vision for Nigeria. Without vision,
the people perish.
Hey, Nigerians, I'm sorry for all of us who no people holding vision for us. So perish. Perise. Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú nìyẹn. Wallahi. It's a very, very bad language. Now, from time immemorial, let me break it down again. Break it down. Let me break it down again. There are 2 committees set up now. One is to look at the state of the refineries. 2 is to identify and ascertain what exactly, how many liters do Nigeria consume per day. Let me remove this eyeglass. I don't need to look at any paper. My last born.
Yes, sir.
Our guy is now 29 years old. How old is he now? 28 or 29? I'll be 30, I don't know. He was around 5 years old. One early morning, I woke him up. Because whenever he woke up in the morning, he would refuse to go and brush his teeth and all those. Then I woke him up. He said, sir. So he got up. He looked at. I said, that me go up. Very good moment. So he said, I want to discuss something with you. So please go and brush so that I can. I was waking him up, redirecting his attention by using the word that I want to discuss something with you. Then my son now got up. He said, okay, sir. He got up, he went to the toilet, he took the toothbrush, put paste. Then suddenly I saw him coming out, crossing over to my room to come and meet. He had the brush and the toothpaste there. I heard it like that. Then he said, Daddy, he said, you woke me up for what now? Oh, I said, there's something I want to discuss with you, my son. He said, hey, if it is discussion, why must I go and brush my teeth? I have to use my brain, and the brain is here. So let's discuss.
He caught you. He caught your trick. He got your trick.
Let me break it down. One, the NNPC have brandished the number of consumption of Nigerians on PMS per day.
Yes.
At the time, they said, is it 40 million at liters? At the time, they said 60 million liters. At the time, just last year, NNPC made a statement early last year that we don't even know the quantity of PMS consumed by Nigerians. We don't have the exact figure. If they come to give you 40 and 60, and now say we don't even have the actual figure, which means everything will be fictitious. Okay, let me still break it down. Who determined exactly the quantity of PMS at liter level that is consumed by Nigeria per day? That bureau is non-existent in Nigeria. Now, is the House of Representatives now just knowing that those 4 refineries came at a point of birth, morbid, and therefore they remain perpetually moribund? If they are just knowing that, it means we had mistakenly elected people from the moon. No, the people, if people are living in the moon, they will be better human beings than us. No, not from the moon. Between hell and purgatory, okay, there is heaven, hell, and purgatory. I'm not a Catholic, so I won't be able to analyze it. So let me not take a misadventure. It means we have elected strangers who wouldn't understand us. If now is when the House of Representative members of this 9th National Assembly know that let us look at the refineries. If they don't know what the state of the refineries are, oh, too bad. It means we have made a terrible mistake.
Were they not carried along at the $1.5 billion repair that was scheduled for that is currently ongoing?
1.9 billion. The one they would have shared by now. And all of them.
Not the one that caught fire the other day?
Huh?
That we're told is still on course.
Wow. Now, Nigeria had 4 refineries. I am pleased to announce that Muhammadu Buhari was one of those who started the first refineries in Port Harcourt under destruction. Now, because he was the first chairman of the NNPC. Now, if nanasticality, my own nanasticality is listening to me, talk to me later. Now, I just passed the message. You will understand the message. The 4 refineries were the refining capacity of the 4 refineries is 450,000 barrels per day. This is the refining capacity. But at any given time, every machine like that will need something to carry itself. So the real capacity to be refined per day of the 4 refinery is 425,000 barrels per day. But they've never worked, and they will never work. They've never worked, and they will never work.
They've never worked,
and they will never work. Because the last time that they refined, like Worry, refined something at the time that there was too much fuel, nobody to take it away. So, it's how many years ago? And every man in government knows this. Every man on the street knows this. My mother, who died about 40 years ago, she has this knowledge with her in the grave now. If any of these representatives can do me a favor, go and wake my mother from the grave. My mother will tell you this is the issue. That is number 1. Number 2, they keep talking of smuggling. I have given the example of Kuwait. What Kuwait has succeeded in doing around the world. If you move from Geneva When you are exiting Geneva to France, to your right is the National Assembly, United Nations. Before that, you have the Customs Council, you have the Immigration Council. To your left, then you move forward. To your left is the Hotel Continental. Then after that, you come to the exit point where your passport is stamped up or stamped in or stamped anything. From there to Paris directly is a 7-hour journey. From Geneva, when you exit Geneva, that is, you exit Geneva, now you exit Switzerland, you are now going out to Paris. 7 hours drive. You have 7 petrol stations belonging to Kuwait. Q8. Even when you get to London, you see Q8 in most places. From central London to the east, you see Q8. Q8. Every petrol station Q8 belongs to Kuwait. You have 7 of them within a journey of 7 hours from Switzerland to France.
It's a very sizable stretch of Europe.
Yes. I have given that example.
Right.
Nigeria could have done better than that.
But given the fact that smuggling is a major issue.
Who is the smuggler?
Okay.
Please, go straight away, travel to Portiscombe, then move, cross over, say you are going to Shad. Cross over to Lake Shad. There is this Lake Shad hotel there. I can, if any day you want to holiday, go there. I don't know what is happening. No, Boko Haram would have tampered with it. Because the fresh fish pepper soup there, if you drink it, you want to tell God, so I can call home now because I've taken the best. On that hotel. Wow. Stand there. See tankers with Nigeria plate numbers moving in with our fuel. I was once so astonished, I had to call a custom officer. What is your work? Come and do this. Then he told me, he said, even if you stop them to question that, where are you going? He said, within 2 hours, you would have been sacked. So who are the smugglers? But that's not the issue now. The issue is this. Oh my God, time is not in my favor. Adu, permit me to finish this discussion tomorrow.
Okay.
Permit me. Please let my people be involved.
All right. The guru always prioritizes your joining the conversation. And we are going to go ahead and take your messages now from Twitter. All right. So start with the guys on Twitter. Adegwega says, the idea behind zoning wasn't to create power balance among the 3 ethnic groups. It was meant to woo the southeast region people to end their agitations, Guru. It's just a game of politics. Yeah, it is called politricking, a dirty game, Adegwega says. Alade Sanmi Adegboroye says, as an Ondo State boy, I will never accept the fact that Bola Tinubu is Asiwaju of Yoruba, but of Lagos and Ibadan. It will always be the political headquarters of the Yoruba, of Lagos and Ibadan will always be the political headquarters of Yoruba land. Adegwega says, APC will end with the exit of PMB in 2023. The only Southwest man that enjoy loyalty of the Northerners any time, any day is Baba OBJ. Even when the Southwest didn't vote for him, he became the president. Tinubu, Osibajo don't have this assurance. Chige says, good morning, Adu and the Guru. While it's the right of anyone to declare for presidency, it falls on the citizens to choose the best. But parties should do more to give the people credible aspirants. These parties have no ideology. If they did, Tinubu would not even declare. Okay. He says, Guru, I don't think the problem of Nigeria is structural system, but the people. Says if we have the Constitution of Britain or the USA, people will still find a way to subvert it. Please, Guru, who is supposed to speed up corruption cases that are already in court? Adegboga comes back to say again on Twitter, no Nigerian police IGP will want the case of Kyari to come to closure during his tenure. I pray for his safety. I hope he will not be made the sacrificial lamb in order to end the matter, because as it is, he is not alone in this matter. All right, let's take some phone calls. Then we go to our friends with the pen on WhatsApp. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Adu, good morning.
Yes, Peter, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. The Guru, good morning, sir.
Morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay.
Now, on Mr. President's charge, whether it's a charge or it's a command, that they should not pay the bandits and the terrorists. I don't want to go into whether he has demarcated them or not, but to me, there was a particular radio jingle then that will say, if you are not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. In this situation, I want to say that, in fact, without any iota of doubt or, being pleased by anybody, if Mr. President is in possession of about 400 names of those that are accused of sponsoring terrorism, and he has refused to name those people out, and none of those people has been charged, number one. Number two, we have acquired Tucano, they said, so that it could be used on the terrorists. I don't think I have heard how many of them have been used. And then when the terrorists are on rampage, they will kill 170s, then the army will kill 3 terrorists. And then at the end of the day, Mr. President is still saying end terrorism. Or something he told us that Boko Haram insurgency will end in 6 months, and we are going to 7 years. Mr. President is still giving a charge. He's still giving a charge. And when the bandits themselves have said, how do you bring us into the forest and you don't take care of us? Right. Let them come and talk with them.
Thank you very much, Peter. Let's take other calls now. Hello, good morning. Turn off your radio, call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Mr. Patrick calling from Good.
Hello, Mr. Patrick. You might need to speak up, sir. We can't really hear you.
Can you raise your voice a little, please, where you call again?
Please raise your volume when you call us so that we can hear you loud and clear. Number is 015150-913 and 015151-913. You can also call 0809-191-3913 and do turn off your radio so we can hear you well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Adu.
Hello, good morning.
I greet you.
Oh, Uche, good morning to you.
Yes, so the Guru.
I got your call today.
I salute you.
I greet you, sir.
Okay.
The Guru, as usual, everything you've analyzed on air is straight to the point.
Thank you.
And you have said it the way it should be.
Thank you.
Now, the Guru, when you talk about, I was listening to you when you were talking about the dream you had. And, it's almost impossible for the APC to zone the president in the southeast, which is understandable. Now, but the Guru.
Yes, sir.
If you look at the situation we find ourselves, those of us from the southeast, even if the APC don't zone it to the southeast, which is almost likely, what do you think should be the next line of action? Because it also appears to me that the PDP may also not zone it to the southeast. And that is a dilemma for me. Now, the Guru, you've always stated, and I agree with you, you are not a politician, but you are a political expert, a political guru. Now, in the event of that happening, what do you think should be the next line of action for the southeast people? Thank you.
Okay, Uche, thank you very much, Adu. I could have asked Uche, but he made a mistake. I've already woken up from that, my dream. So I can only answer him if I go back to that, my dream now, and the dream continues.
Okay, let's take one or two more calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Adu.
Yes, good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from, sir?
My name is CEO Africa. I'm calling from London.
From London?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for calling us.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, Mr. Guru, may God bless you immensely for all the information, all the analysis, all the insights you've been giving us about our dear country.
Amen.
These information you keep talking about every day are mind-boggling. They disturb things. Living in the same area like this and knowing where I'm coming from, I'm always bothered that home is home, no matter what anybody wants to say.
Yeah.
Home is home. So, Mr. Guru, please, I want to beg, let's keep
whether you're from the southeast or from the south or from the north central, we are all faced with the same thing. So let's stop attacking the southwesterners or the southwesterners attacking the southeasterners. This issue is facing all of us. Attacking ourselves will not help. So, Mr. Guru, I want to beg, please, is there a way that we can have a program called Our Way Back, where someone as educated as yourself and some other Nigerians who in their mind know how we can be able to get our democracy back from these criminals, if I'm allowed to use that word. Please, I beg you, and Mr. Mr. Adu, please make it as a point of duty for yourself. The only way we can get out of this is a true education. I'm sorry to say this. During my time in secondary school, they did not teach us history. So when you do not know where you're coming from, how do you know where you're going to? So please, if Mr. Adu, on your own daily, tell us what we can do on how we can read something and tell us, okay, way back of getting back our democracy. I believe it's through grassroots. Let's know how we can tackle our councillors, our local councillors and our local chairmen, our local government chairmen. Let's know how we can tackle them. I believe if we can get it right, we can know how to tackle our representatives from our locality, from our local government.
Oh, from London, but time, please. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Of course, I would have rang my bell, but the bell is still missing in transit. Somebody said he will buy the bell. And the person sent me a message. How do I deliver the bell? I told the person, buy it, wrap it, attention of the guru, bring it to. I gave him the address. So this person, nobody forced you. Are you not gone to the market yet, or the bell is missing in the market?
And as regarding your question, CEO, we are working on a program. Will come to air very soon, that you'll have the opportunity to speak to the people you mentioned, councillors, local government chairmen. We're even seeing how we can even involve higher offices like governors, state of assembly members and the likes. Just asking them questions. What have you done? What is going on? One-on-one directly with these individuals. On WhatsApp, Atunda Olawale says, Buhari's acolytes and present National Assembly relish lies because they are downright godless. Revelations 2:21, 8 and 7 says that all liars shall have their part in the lake of fire. They robbed Nigeria with barefaced brigandage and plunged the citizens into poverty. They converted national patrimony to private estates and flaunt their ill-gotten wealth in the face of an aghast populace. Says there is Godo, and eternal damnation is the end of people who practice that. Okay, Chike from Makote says, good morning, Adu. And the Guru, if Kaduna is a yardstick to judge Mr. President's tenure, he failed woefully. But the killings going on there, it's as if government, both state and federal, have gone on holidays. Now, what really is delaying our underproductive lawmakers from tweaking the electoral bill and forwarding it to the president? Is it so difficult, or are they just lazy? I still maintain that they are not Democrats, and those that call themselves progressives and voted against the amendment initially either can't define progressiveness, I guess that's what you meant to say, or lack the basic ideology they profess. Finally, Ohaneze should give it a rest. Either tell your candidates to throw in their hat or remain silent. All the noise making is giving us headaches. Ohaneze talking about the hand you saw in the dream. Bob La says, stay blessed, Adu and the Guru. The Guru, I am one of the people that cherish and look up to you with the free education you share. But this voting of a thing is still no real to me, in as much as the advocate we get our PVC. Please, which choice are we left with? Since the presidency is always zoned to a particular region, when it has been concluded, honestly, I don't see one Nigeria the way this way, but the seats. Okay, Guru, stop saying you are old, because we still need you around, though, as our youth leader.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm not going away so soon. Even at 120, I will still disburse the knowledge given to me by God before I will go and rest.
One more from WhatsApp before we start to get ready for the knowledge drop box. It says, good morning, Nadu on the Guru. The Guru, if Jonathan had removed petrol subsidy on 2012, forcing the price to rise from 65 naira per litre to 140, will the petrol still be selling at the rate of 140 up to now, or the price will keep on increasing once the foreign exchange increases? If the subsidy is removed now and it sells at the rate of 340, will the price of petrol keep increasing on a daily basis, or will it remain at 340 naira? I'd like more clarification on this, please.
His clarification, he wants me to go back to the days of Jonathan. Is he not in Nigeria? He traveled out of Nigeria.
No, he asked the question that if the subsidy was removed then, and
it was to that be 140.
Will it have stayed at 140 for the last 7 years?
At least that is what it means. And if petrol subsidy was removed and it was asserted, if it had not been destroyed by those parading themselves as occupying Nigeria, if it were to be 140, it means total deregulation. Meaning, government who are deregulated, would it have been back to be regulating? It could have therefore been between us and those who are bringing the fuel for us.
So you can now say, this petrol station, they are selling on 138. Is this 130 people I'm going to?
There would have been the pressure pricing.
And then there'll be price war between the sellers. And obviously, just like with telecoms, people will go to the one that gives them more value.
That's it.
This person says, God bless you, Mr. Guru. And Adu Benga from Surulere. Nice educative analysis from you today. 2023 will be a great year in Nigeria. Let the best and God-fearing man win. It is you that will make the man win, Benga.
No, he must contribute now. It is PVC.
It is our voting that will make the best man win. Please. That's one thing. I was having a conversation with some colleagues as we go to Knowledge Dropbox now, Guru. We're telling ourselves and saying, far too long, the educated elites of the country have allowed the people who are easily swayed by bags of rice and 5,000 naira to be the deciders of those of us who have PhDs and master's degrees. I think the tide needs to change now.
Let's go for this knowledge robot.
Right,
Let us.
It's time for Knowledge Dropbox.
Yes.
Welcome back.
You are welcome back, and you are welcome to the Knowledge Dropbox. The Knowledge Dropbox today, like as I earlier explained, is going to be a little lengthy, but because of time, because we have not been able, with all the miracle powers that our God had given to us, add 1 minute to the 24 hours in a day. And the allocation of Adu at the Guru here is 1 hour 30 minutes, out of which even 3 minutes must be professionally removed to prepare the ground for who is taking over from us. So we may break it into 3 episodes or 4 episodes, but you have the full. The question is this: is Hausa the same as Fulani? Adu.
No, no. Well, my answer is no.
You were taken unaware.
No, I thought it was a rhetorical question.
What's the difference between Hausa and Fulani? But most importantly, why is the language adoptively being used sometimes that Hausa Fulani? When we talk of mostly practitioners of politics in northern Nigeria, who is an Hausa man? Who is a Fulani man? What is the jurisdiction of the Hausa man from beginning, including the name that is called? In the beginning, did the Hausa man have something like emir or emirate? Or is it something like king and kingdom? When did the fusion of Hausa Fulani come to be recognized? As appetizer, We are going to continue with this, and we are going to come to the details, the origin of everything, so that we wouldn't miss it out. Is Hausa the same as Fulani? No. The Hausa and Fulani are two different ethnic groups which were formerly distinct but are now intermixed to the extent of being regarded as one inseparable ethnic nation. The coming of the Fulani to Hausa land brought the full force of Islam, which became a great factor in social life and culture. Please, all these are foundations for the deeper digging we are going into knowledge books. We want to know who is the Fulani. We want to know who is the Hausa. We want to know the relationship also between the Fulani and Arab. We want to know how did one come out of the other, the Arab, and we want to know if there is intervention, interplay between the Fulani, the Arab, and how many types of Fulani do we have? Are all Fulani nomadic? These three questions we are asking to draw the curtain are foundations, very, very solid foundation for the detailed facts we must be having about these things. For those who could not trace their history back, they will miss the point of what they are going. But thank God somebody called it. History is back in schools now. I thank God. I appreciate it. Because I'm a very, very good student of history. I did not read history in school, though. Before somebody will now say, I read mass communication. Let us go. Where did the Fulani come from? It's a very important question. We shall ask next week, where did the Hausa come from? And we shall ask, in order to make the introduction deeper into this discussion, we shall ask, the Yoruba, where are they from? Because the fact remains that we are immigrants. We are migrating. We are not different from those birds that move at a particular weather. Now, the Fulani, a people of obscure origins. Please, I didn't use this language to deride, but this is the written. The Fulani, a people of obscure origins, expanded eastward from Fouta Toro in Lower Senegal in the 14th century. By the 16th century, they had established themselves at Massina, upstream from the Niger Bend, and we are proceeding eastward into Hausa land. We don't know what the name would be, but the name was later to be called Nigeria. The Fulani representative, the Fulani is the youngest tribe in Nigeria today. But I want to believe that if we now recompose everything, maybe there may be others that are now younger. Because by the time the Fulani arrived here in 1800, some nationality had been here for over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 7,000 years. The Ijaw, the Urobo, the Shekiri, the Yoruba proceed, the Edo, or what you call Bini, not Benin, Bini, B-I-N-I. The Kaluris have been there in the uppermost desert, which later become today we can refer to as Northeast. One more question, then we'll draw the curtain. Do the Fulani and the Hausa, do they speak one language? Do they speak the same language? Let me present the answer to you. Hausa Fulani primarily speak variants of Hausa which form a dialect continuum of more or less mutually intelligible regional varieties. Hausa is spoken by over 100 to 150 million people across Africa, making it, that is the Hausa language, the most spoken indigenous African language and the 11th most spoken language in the whole world. The Fulani have their own language, Fufude. But the Fulani would never like any other tribe to learn the language of Fufude, because they use that language exclusively to themselves, so that they are highly, very, very intelligent. Forget about nomadic or non-nomadic. They are highly intelligent. And what made the Fulani greater than most tribes, I will explain it as we go into this analysis. So their language is Fufude. They reserve it exclusively for themselves. They instead will want to speak another language and mix with that. And at any time there is public discourse, that language of the people is not Fufude, because they hate, let me use the word, others who are not Fulani to fuse into them by the powers of language. The fact remains that if you can speak somebody's language, the person sees you more of a brother or sister. These three questions, let me bring them out again. Is Hausa the same as Fulani? Where did the Fulani come from? Do the Fulani Hausa speak the same language? And in our next navigational point, we will know the name they bear in the beginning. And we will know how emirate or emirship was introduced to this part of the world, which is later to become Nigeria. And we know what happened exactly in the Sokoto. What is the meaning of Sokoto that it now became the Caliphate headquarters? We know this as we run our knowledge robust.
Thank you, Guru, for that very knowledgeable expose and trying to clear the myths and misconceptions.
Thank you, sir.
So,
thank you, sir. I still want your comment more. People want to hear your voice. You know, this is your sweet voice.
If they want to hear my voice, they can watch the show again.
Yes.
On YouTube.
But now the spirit is communicating to me that one or two of them want to still hear your voice for 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
All right, here we are coming to the end of the show. And what are my messages? I do thank you very, very much. I always appreciate you. Prince Wu in Afsetia, I thank you very much for playing with your gadgets, which are making things very, very lively for us. But above all, no, not above all, most importantly, listeners there, followers of Adu and the Guru, all over the world. Somebody calling from
London.
From London. The other day, somebody calling from China. Look at the difference of the hour. Almost 24 hours. We have this guy who is always calling us from Houston in Texas State, in America. So we are grateful. We thank all of you. But I cannot do without thanking Friends of the Guru specifically.
Right.
Friends of the Guru, because it's like we are really ready in 2022 to move the works of the Guru forward. There are a lot of challenge. There is much to achieve. We have not even started the voyage. That is all things being equal by what I believe God has enabled me to do. If I fail to do them for the upcoming generation, Friends of the Guru, I will hold all of you responsible. I will not even hold myself responsible. Friends of the Guru, I will hold you responsible. And you know what that means. Because there is much that God has put in my hand and God has given to me to do. Now, friends of the Guru, this quotation is for you. Matthew chapter 9, verse 36 and 37. Jesus turned and told his disciples, the harvest is much and big, but workers, laborers are few. Then verse 37, he said, therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send laborers to the field. And the Lord of the harvest has made it possible for the formation of Friends of the Guru. It is your duty to get the job done. So at the end, if I fail by not meeting the target, please, I have announced it in advance. I will hold you responsible. God will bless you. But above all, I give thanks to God who made it possible for us to gather here. Until, of course, okay,
tomorrow?
No, tomorrow, that's another platform. Money Digest, am I right? Okay. I thought I was the dream. I thought it had continued. Then, of course, my platforms are there at Godwin _ Buebu. Buebu is spelled as Buebu. Godwin is just God, unless if you don't know God. WI, now God did win. Then Buebu Ventures Limited. Telegram at Friends of the Guru. Then Facebook, Godwin Attack Buebu. A page on Facebook, Vetra Column, and the website
www.godwintheguru.com.
Then a YouTube channel, Godwin the Guru YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Like my captain has just said, or my commander general Adu has just said, tomorrow we are meeting on the platform of Money Digest. But until we meet on Monday for the big ones, please keep yourself out of trouble. Bye-bye.